Now, as we see in front of us here, there is a site. It's called the Miracles of the Quran, and actually, I like this site. It's one of my comedy. Now, I don't know what to say. Islam is an amazing religion, and the Christians are jealous because they don't have miracles like the one in the Quran. We have to face it. I mean, face it, guys.
Let me remind you, the glorious Quran is not a book of science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E, but it's a book of signs, S-I-G-N-S. It's a book of ayats. It's a book of verses. And the glorious Quran has more than 6,000 signs, 6,000 ayats, 6,000 verses, out of which more than 1,000 speak about science.
And I challenge you to show me one, just one miracle. If you want to show me more, I mean, you're more than welcome. But I challenge you to show me one miracle in the Quran from all the thousands of fabricated fiction stories you Muslims spread all over the internet. You see, here we go. I'm going to give you even a website. This website is full of them. Choose one, choose two, choose three, choose four, choose five, choose six. I assure you that every single of them, every single one of those, what it's called miracles, is a scam. So who is the one who do it? Who is the Muslim when I prove me wrong? Is that a true or it's a fabrication? Who is the Muslim when I show us that this is not a fabrication? Anyone?
The Quran is a miracle of eloquence. The Quran is a miracle of eloquence.
You must have been told that Islam is a wonderful religion. The Quran is amazing. It's full of science. Okay, call me and show me one science, one science in the Quran. Just one. Choose one of your choice. The best of the best. The easiest one to convince the crowd that Quran is the book of science, as we see in the Muslim website, saying to us that Quran is full of science. We look, we check, and we could not find any of them to be accurate. Look, there is physics, cosmology, zoology, biology, geology, history, chemistry, all of this in the Quran. Are you sure? Muslims, are you sure? Is that true, what is written in front of us? That the Quran contains scientific knowledge that could not have been known 1400 years ago? Is that true, Muslims? I believe that this is a lie. Big fat lie. The Quran contains a lot of fictions and stupidity, and it's not even convincing for kids. Quran is not only the book of errors, Quran is the book of fictions and superstitions and madness, additional to violence and hate. Look at the pictures. Look at the pictures. The pictures are full of science, man. I mean, this pictures is amazing. All of this is in the Quran. All of this. It's wow. I mean, how astonishing this is. I don't know. There is something weird in Islam. Either the Muslims, they don't belong to this galaxy, or the Quran does not belong to our time. It's so advanced. The atmosphere is in the Quran.
That the atmosphere of the earth, that the atmosphere of the earth, that the atmosphere of 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 the earth.
Like what? I want to see the atmosphere in the Quran. What do you think, guys? Should we see the atmosphere in the Quran? Who want to see the atmosphere in the Quran? Let us make a vote. I'm so surprised that the Quran speak about the atmosphere,
Which we came to know recently in science. Recently in science means 50 years back, 100 years back, 200 years back.
That's amazing. It's so beautiful. Where? Look. As altitude increase the oxygen. Like, when the Muslim they present for you one of their fictions or made up stories, they put they choose phrases which make it sound like scientific. Altitude increase, oxygen, contraction, atmospheric, pressure decrease. I mean, look at the words. They lined up words to make you believe that this is pure science. I mean, obviously it's science, isn't it? Now let us go to the verse they are talking about, which is speaking about the atmosphere. I love the atmosphere. So chapter 6 verse 1 to 5.
Tonight's ayah we just listened to in these beautiful rak'at from Surah Al-An'am, the 6th chapter of the Holy Quran, verse number 125. فَمَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ أَنْ يَهْدِيَهُ يَشْرَحْ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ وَمَنْ يُرِدْ أَنْ يُضِلَّهُ يَجْعَلْ صَدْرَهُ ضَيِّقًا حَرَجًا كَأَنَّمَا يَصَّعَّدُ فِي السَّمَاءِ كَذَلِكَ يَجْعَلُ اللَّهُ الرِّجْسَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, whomever He wills to guide, He opens his breast towards Islam.
Those whom Allah wants to guide, He opened their chest to Islam. Okay. And those who He wants to leave astray, He makes their chest tight and constricted, as if they are ascending to sky. Such is the penalty of Allah on those who refuse to believe. Anyone knows how many mistakes in this verse? Who knows? Who of you can tell me how many mistakes in this verse alone? There's many mistakes. I'm not going to talk about translation for now. I will keep it as it is. First of all, my friend, you know what? Why I want to go to the conclusion? Let's read the Muslim statement first. I mean, we did not read what they want to say. I mean, it's not even fair. The website here present the Muslim is calling me, as long there's no Muslim to call. So let's read more. How could, I love it when they say that, how could an illiterate man who lived 1400 years ago have known that?
When I was in school, I passed my school in 1982, about 29 years back. There I'd learned in science that
we cannot breathe with increased altitude. You know, I'm so disappointed of the stupidity of the Muslims. Let me show you how stupid this statement is. Read with me. When the person has a chest will be tight. Guys, when the person's chest will be tight, when he go up or when he go down according to the verse? Somebody tell me. When your chest will be tight, when you go up or when you go down? What is the direction the Quran explaining that your chest will be tight up? When you are going up, right?
Modern science as what happens to a person's breathing when they go up in altitude. So certainly the Arabs may have had a general knowledge that when you go up, you see the small mounts of Arabia and so on. You know it's exhausting and you run short of breath, but if you climb high enough, we know now, and they would not have been able to describe at their time, that the oxygen becomes less in the air. And so it's more difficult to breathe. And some of the ulama have commented that this is the first part, ضيقاً, that the chest is constricted, that it's harder and harder to breathe. This happens at about 16,000 feet. Can vary a little bit from physiology to physiology, but roughly at this height, those of you that look at Everest climbers and so on, they start to now, they can't just go up, they have to acclimatize, they have to get used to it. And actually some people are more able to extract the more limited oxygen. But then you get to a point, which is for most people around 25,000 feet. And beyond that, without assistance, the lungs shut down and the person dies. And so the second word comes harajan, closed. And that this was in the Holy Quran, and that this was in the Holy Quran, and that this was in the Holy Quran.
But this is false. Actually, it is the opposite. You see, if you are a person who live in the mountain, and actually my families are from the mountains, this is why all of them, they have, you know, big chest and wide shoulders, and you know, even their voice is stronger, because those who live in the mountains area, their chest have to expand so they can breathe more air and they can inhale more oxygen. You know what I mean? When you live in a high altitude, you have less oxygen. So in order to get what is enough for your body, you have to inhale more. So your chest expand. According to the Quran, your chest tied up. But it's the opposite. First of all, when you go up, the pressure is less. Is that correct? Is that correct? When you go up, the pressure is a lot less. This is why if you are cooking down in a valley, you can cook the food a lot faster than somebody is cooking the food in the top of a mountain. Because down in the valley, let us say you are cooking in the top of the Himalaya and somebody is cooking down in the valley of the Himalaya. The one is cooking down in the valley is the same as somebody have a pressure cook, the one you buy and you cook in your kitchen. Why? Because the pressure is a lot more. So the more you go up, the more your body is expanding. Even your blood can, your nerves can explode because you have less pressure. So the Quran actually is giving us a wrong scientific statement. This is number one. Number two, here the Muslims, they lie about the translation. Look what the Quran is saying. Those whom Allah wants to guide, He opened their chest to Islam. Hold on. Is Islam in the chest or Islam in the brain? And those who Allah He want to misguide, look here what they say, and those who Allah He want them to leave astray. Does it say really leave astray in Arabic? No, it says those who Allah want to deceive, Allah He made their chest tight. So the Quran confirm that it is Allah who made you guided and Allah is the one who made you misguided. Now here we have a problem. If Allah is the one who made me guided, or He is the one who misguided me, why I'm going to be punished for being misguided? Do you understand what I'm saying? You see, this is a chapter 6 verse 125. Let me show you the Muslim interpretation or the Muslim translation in different website, and you will see how the translation will change in a miraculous way. And this is the Muslim translation. You will see how the translation change from a person to person. It is Allah, those who Allah He guide into Islam, He pleased by opening wide their breast to surrender, and strains the breast of those who He allows to go astray. Allows to go astray, makes sense. Funny. What do you mean allows He go astray? Did they go astray by themselves, or He allowed them to go astray? Let us continue. He desired to lead astray. Look at this one. And whom He desire to lead astray. Do you see it? Who is the one desiring the misguidedness for you? It is Allah. So it is Allah who desire to guide some people. It is Allah who desire to mislead and to fool and to deceive some people. That's amazing. Let us continue. And whomever He wills to send astray. So Allah is the shaitan. Allah is the devil. Who is the one who lead people to be astray? Is that shaitan? No, it is Allah. Read it. I challenge any Muslim to say this is not true. You see, I'm reading all the translation. This is all your Muslim translation. Not a single one of them is mine. Let us continue.
That whomever He wishes to misguide, whomever he wishes to leave to go astray on his own guidance, he says he makes his chest constricted and closed.
Whomsoever he desire to lead astray. Why Allah he desire to lead people astray? I thought Allah want to guide everybody. No, not in Islam. In Islam, Allah he guides some, he wish to guide, and he misguide in purpose. He is the devil. He's moody. Do you see it? And whoever he wants to let go astray, and whomsoever he willeth that shall send astray, and whomsoever he will to send astray. And by the way, none of the translation is correct, but I'm showing you the Muslim translation. All of them, they insist that it is Allah who lead you to go astray. As you see, this is your Muslim translation. But he will tighten the chest of the one whom he has led astray. Who is the one who led astray? Allah. So what the job of Mr. Devil? However, all of this is a false translation. Look guys, look here. Look here. And whomever he desire to misguide. Do you see it? Do you see the Muslim translation? And whomever he desire to what? To misguide. Who is the one who misguide? If you ask a Muslim, who is the one who misguide people, he will say to you, the devil. That's a lie. Not in Islam. In Islam, the one who misguide is Allah.
I know, by the look of your face here, you would probably agree with me. Let's be honest. Look at his face. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Look at his face. Everyone, look at his face. Everyone, look at his face. Everyone.
So now what is the point of this God? He is the one who guide, he is the one who misguide. And then we got punishment and we got reward for something he chose anyway. Why somebody, Allah he guide, he will get rewarded for something he did not even do? It's Allah who guide him. And why somebody will be punished for being misguided if Allah is the one who misguided him? The one should be punished is Allah, because Allah is the one who misguided him. This is the Arabic in the front of you. It says, فَمَنْ يُرِدُ اللَّهَ أَنْ يُهْدِيهِ يَشْرَحْ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامَ وَمَنْ يَرِدْ أَنْ يَضُلُّهُ or يَضِلُّهُ. You see it? What يَضُلُّهُ mean? Deceive, deception. It's not even misguided. This is why I chose for my book the name The Deception of Allah. The Deception of Allah. Why? Because the Quran full of verses saying that it is Allah who deceive and Allah who guide. And the Quran says the one who Allah he deceived, there is no guide for him. If you want to read about Islam, you can go and get my books from Amazon.com. Just type my name, Christian Prince, and you will see a list of my books in many languages. So until now, we could not find one scientific claim to be accurate. It is the opposite. It is a joke. It is a lie. So the atmosphere turned to be hocus. So the miracle of atmosphere, it's a fiction and it's a lie. And it is the opposite.